Hey everybody, I'm the Ranting Monkey, and today we're going to talk about how we need to keep Antifa safe. Mostly for your own safety. So yesterday, as most of the country was paying attention to these assholes whining about how hard it is to be a black man with a lot of money in America, at least I think that was their point. Newsflash, guys, when you take a knee, it's a sign of subservience. Your protest is basically saying, I'm your bitch. Now, granted, nobody ever said NFL players were very smart. I mean, come on, how smart can you be if you're a multi-millionaire bitching about how hard it is to live in the States? Just look how oppressed these guys are. Tens of thousands of fans in the stands cheering for you, millions of people watching on TV. Man, that is some real oppression. Anyway, as this was going on, there was another protest. Milo Yiannopoulos went back to Berkeley. Remember what happened last time he was there?
At Berkeley has been canceled. If you're just joining me, this is a light riot caused by a group of anarchists in all black. Milo Yiannopoulos' event has been canceled.
I really wish somebody would ask these assholes if anybody's ever tried to burn them alive for simply speaking. I'm betting not. Unlike the last time Milo spoke at Berkeley, this time Antifa is really worried about safety. Here, just check out this flyer they were handing out.
Please, for our safety and yours, no pictures. Despite your good intentions, doxing, revealing pictures and information of people used to harass and terrorize, is a legitimate threat, specifically to those in our community that are most vulnerable. Please help us keep each other safe. Protect your sources. Thank you for understanding.
Now, why would these guys be worried about being doxed? They're in a public place doing a public protest. Oh, right.
Like a man. Personal property. That's what you want, right? You go right. You go.
I'm filming you.
Oh, I'm gonna hurt you.
In case you missed it, this man was just hit with one of these. By this man, Eric Clanton, a former professor at Berkeley. The Mercury Times tells us, in a statement Thursday, police acknowledged that a video of the incident, shot by onlookers and posted on social media, helped them identify Clanton as the suspect behind several violent assaults during the April 15th demonstration at Civic Center Park. Well, no wonder these assholes are worried about doxing. Except it's not doxing when people turn over evidence to the police. Then it's just reporting a crime. And yeah, you should be worried about people filming you being violent, you fucktards. But now we see why they're really worried about being filmed. They're worried about their safety in prison. But there's something far more disturbing about their little flyer. Did you catch it? Ain't that a bitch? In the rest of it, they talk about how doxing is an issue. Well, who's going to be doxing the cameraman? Why would the person taking the pictures or video be worried about being doxed? There's a hint of what they might be talking about in the video with the bike lock. Here, watch.
What are you gonna do, bitch? What are you gonna...
Did you see it? This unwashed young lady, who I'm willing to bet smells like cottage cheese that's been left out on the counter for a month, was really worried about people taking her picture. That's why this guy ended up getting hit in the head with a fucking bike lock. It's not that the cameraman might end up doxed, it's that he might end up with a fucking concussion, or even dead. Hitting somebody in the head like that can kill them. See? These idiots just don't want to go to prison. They're not worried about being doxed. They're worried about being caught. When you're about to commit a felony, the last thing you want is somebody there capturing it on video. This isn't even a veiled threat. It's an open threat telling people do not film us. Here's the thing, jackass. You are in a public space. It's perfectly legal for people to film you. If you're worried about going to jail, don't commit a fucking crime. This isn't hard stuff here. This is stuff even an NFL player could understand. It says a lot about how Antifa has been treated so far that they have no problem putting out a threat like this publicly. They've been allowed to get away with horrifically violent behavior, and it needs to stop. I understand that these are liberal cities that this shit is happening in, and that the mayors may be sympathetic, but you have a duty to all of your citizens. Stop telling your police they shouldn't be getting involved. Anytime this kind of violence happens, the police need to be there in force arresting these shitheads. 4chan is the one who caught Eric Clanton. They're the ones who went through the evidence and tracked him. Here's the thing. There's no reason that this should have turned as violent as it did. The police should have been involved. They should have been in there separating this. But for some reason, these violent assholes are allowed to just do their thing. And now they're complaining publicly about getting caught for it. And threatening people who might be involved in filming them. They should not feel comfortable threatening people publicly. It also says a lot about our media. Several news outlets were running live updates about whether or not athletes were standing for the national anthem. Meanwhile, almost no coverage was given to another Milo event at Berkeley being shut down by violent assholes. Thankfully, this one wasn't as violent as the last, but it still deserves more coverage than a bunch of spoiled athletes not standing. And finally, let's talk about our colleges.
I'm not interested in being on camera.
Oh, this is a public university or a public ground. We could record you. I'm curious, like what you're doing out here. I think the song said they saw you chanting wrong.
I'm not gonna have this conversation with you.
Okay, that kid's got some balls. We've already seen how the staff at Berkeley treats people they disagree with. Okay, maybe that's not fair. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, it is. It's perfectly fair. Hell, listen to what this guy says. I don't want to be on camera. You're at a public fucking event. Whether you want to be on camera isn't an issue. You absolutely do not have to talk to this kid, but they have every right to film you there. This is an administrator for the college taking a play right out of the Antifa playbook. I don't want to be on camera. Why the fuck are you worried about being on camera? What are you going to do, sir? Antifa should not feel comfortable making public threats. But they do, because the news media, their college professors, hell, even regressive politicians, nobody calls this shit out. They all allow this to go on while they talk about how the other side is so violent. They actually excuse this shit, and it really, really needs to stop. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this one. If you enjoyed the video, please like and share it. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the Ranting Monkey, and I'll see you next time.
I'm not interested in being on camera.
Oh, this is a public university or a public ground. We could record you. curious, like what you're doing out here. I think the songs that they saw you change the wrong.
I'm not going to have this conversation with you.
Your life makes me sad.